Hello everybody and welcome to this video on demonstrating high expectations for diverse learners. The intended audience for this video are really for educators in general, but particularly for those who teach in schools that have high numbers of diverse students. The tips in this video are suggestions educators can use to set high expectations for their diverse learners. Incorporating some of these tips could make you as an educator promote higher levels of learning for your students and enhance your relationships with your students. So we'll start off by talking about belief systems. Internal processes which have to do with the way we think stem from our belief systems and values. Educators must first use self-reflection. Some questions they can ask themselves are questions about life in general. How do you see the world? How should people live? And then questions about education can include, why did I want to become a teacher? What impact can I have on my students' lives? What do I expect from my students? So research shows that educators who have low expectations for diverse students is a major contributor to the achievement gap. In terms of education, the achievement gap are observed disparities of educational assessments with regards to one's socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, and gender. Teachers who don't set the bar high for students who are at risk for low educational performance are therefore enabling their students to contribute to this disparity. Now I will mention some tips you can try in your classroom to relate better to your students and set high expectations for their learning. So first and foremost, implement a challenging curriculum. Capitalize on students' strengths according to their various learning styles you have in your classroom. This means avoiding the one-size-fits-all approach. Next is praise. Use praise to boost student motivation and allow students to take responsibility for their own learning. Many students in general respond well when they are praised by teachers for meeting and or exceeding expectations. Providing praise on a consistent basis can show how much teachers care about their students and their learning. Try to make a conscious effort to find ways and examples during class to praise student performance. Remember, the little things matter. So in terms of school culture, find ways to contribute to a positive school culture which promotes high student expectations and strong messages that all students can learn. Focus on the positive student contributions and make it known to various members within the school community. Promote and advocate for your students. In terms of instructional methods, design instruction and activities that allow students to use their strengths. Avoid implementing the same activities which require students to produce work in the same fashion. So for example, don't always have students write essays on every topic you teach them. Instead, allow them to display their strengths to show their knowledge through projects, scenarios, social media, or anything you feel that students would be able to learn and to produce. Opportunities. Give students chances to participate and contribute to class activities. Don't always rush through lessons without giving students time to think and respond to questions and activities accordingly. Doing so students may feel that teachers are limiting them and not allowing them to reach their full potential. The next slide here is feedback. So provide specific and constructive feedback to students. Let students know that they are doing well, and also let them know when they need to improve on something. You can use the sandwich method to get this done, which I think of positive, negative, and then positive again. So first give them a positive feedback, then give them something that they could improve on, and then end on a positive note. Using language that students can understand and relate to may be very important in terms of their learning. Questioning is the next strategy here. So ask your students high-level questions, high-level thinking questions. Allow students to interpret, analyze, synthesize, and evaluate information. Use real-life situations and scenarios to allow students to make connections whenever possible. So just a brief summary here, reflect on your own personal belief system. I feel like that's the first and foremost point here. Teachers must first ask themselves what they want to see in their students. Next is to hold students to high standards. And of course, be positive and show students that you care. Thank you very much. I hope this video was informative.